It's like the friend of Harry and Meghan once again has got himself into hot water, and seemingly it's getting worse. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Are you all right today? Yes. Love it. Beautiful flowers out there behind me. A little bit bad for the hay fever. Yes, the perfume. You know what it's like. Starts to give you the itchy nose, doesn't it? Like Samantha from Bewitched. Who remembers that TV? You used to love that TV show, didn't you? I think actually as kids though, we only really liked the cartoon bit. Yes. Yeah. You know, now a bit of a prize. Can you remember who played the mother? I'll leave it there. Yes, you can put it in the comments below. A very, very funny actress, brilliant in that particular role, Bewitched. Who remembers that? And who was it before Dick York? Can you remember that? I know, bit of it. Oh, we're testing you today, aren't we? No, you need to relax a bit more, I can see. Back as ever to your Breaking Royal story of the day. This story, you know, when you think about it, just keeps escalating over here. This is because of the ridiculousness that happened during our wonderful coronation celebrations. All the mainstream media managed to, you know, find people that were anti-monarchy, sit them on their sofa, and then insult the British public that mainly are paying their wages, whether it be through advertising or indeed the BBC through money, you know, hard cash. And when you think, you know, their job is there really to basically intervene as an interviewer, as a moderator, host, whatever you want to call yourself, you do have to keep the programme on track. Seemingly this wasn't something that either, you know, the BBC decided to do or Tom Bradby over on ITV. Now, as we know, Tom has form with Meghan and Harry, most recently doing the one-to-one interview with him to promote his book. Didn't go down particularly well and wasn't necessarily a big seller for the channel around the world. But on Coronation Day, you might have expected him to interject when this particular individual decided to say that the British royal family on the balcony was simply too white. He didn't, he just sat there impassively, never apologised, never said, well, that's your opinion, not necessarily the opinion of others. In fact, he looked like one of the waxworks from Madame Tussauds. It was almost like he was dumbstruck as to, oh, I don't go there because of the cancel culture, or more importantly, will this offend his good friends, Harry and Meghan? Either way, this has truly now escalated, simply because the brand ITV have yet to apologise publicly for inviting someone like that. The actress herself, we're not going to give her a plug because clearly she was desperate for attention, got it, and even that hasn't necessarily helped her career. But she went on basically saying, I think I may have offended a few people. Really? You think so? You know, you went on there to deliberately stoke flames. And when you look back at her absolute news package, if you trawl through the cuttings, you can see that she has a history of this, an attention seeker basically. But back to Tom. As he is a good friend of Harry and Meghan, some people might have suspected that he may have jumped to the defence of course, the British monarchy. Didn't, just sat there. But for now, it looks like internally over at ITV, they're going to have to do something to make sure that this doesn't happen again. We've said this many times, I believe the mainstream media simply don't care. It's got people talking about the programme, even though very few actually watched ITV's coverage. But as for Tom, is there ever anything that he's not associated with that seemingly has scandal attached? He was supposed to be a respected journalist and author. Seemingly now his credentials will be troublemaker and interviewed, of course, people that people don't particularly like anymore, i.e. Prince Harry. Either way, trouble's ahead for Tom. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.